Hello, my loves. Welcome back to unifysoul. I have been going through quite the process recently. Spirit has been forcing me to sit still, and stillness is something that is hard for me because when I felt like I needed the stillness, I wasn't able to get it, and everything was all right. So when I was experiencing all of these traumatic things happening to me back to back, I had to repress because, okay, well, I have an exam tomorrow, or I have to go to work in a few hours. There are many things that were pulling on my attention, and in some ways that felt safe because I could pretend to be normal for a little bit. And now I'm being forced to sit in stillness. Every time I try to find something to distract myself, the universe says, there is gold in this that you need to harvest. We're tired of watching you run away from the healing that you really need to do. And in this day and age, in this time that we are alive, we have a lot of things to distract us. Besides social media, drugs, alcohol, people, we are given a lot of methods by people who say this works and this works and this works, and then you see the result that it has had on someone else. So you think, okay, if I use this method, then I will get that result. And it's like working from an expectation backwards. And that's not how things are supposed to be. And honestly, what works for somebody else doesn't have to necessarily work for you. So I am experiencing some real revelations and pain that comes with seeing yourself really as you are. Seeing how I have truly been putting my energy. This is the time of day near sunset when all of the crows, I love crows, all of the crows are, I guess they're going to bed, they're nesting, I don't know, but they all come out at this time. So if you hear the crows in the back. But I have been going through these revelations, and with every awakening there's pain. Seeing myself as I am, and seeing how I have allowed, and also how the pain has changed me, and I need to recognize that. I think that people forget, even people that have struggled with traumatic events, forget that the pain even if you're not consciously aware of it, it rewires things within you. It has sent you new messages because it's such a huge breach in safety and in what you thought your life should have been, or what you thought things were going to be like, or how you thought a certain situation was going to turn out. So sometimes those things stick and we don't even realize that we are stuck to them until you see the effects. And then you're carrying you are carrying around all of these things that you thought, or you're not even aware, are stuck to you. And I'm seeing how I am reenacting a lot of coping mechanisms that I've used in the past, survival tactics, because I realized I haven't stepped out of survival mode. I haven't stepped out of the scared little girl that just needs to not speak up or has to kind of go with the flow so that the harm can be reduced. Seeing how I keep allowing myself to be put in traps, into places where I thought I had escaped. And now I'm seeing how these things are still there, still stuck to me, and they're not gonna go away until I give them space. Until you stop minimizing your pain, it won't go away. It is going to keep affecting you, and it is going to keep pressing down on you until you feel suffocated. And you deserve to breathe. We deserve to breathe. We deserve to live a life that we deserve. We deserve to live in our highest timeline. And I've also realized that another thing I've been struggling with is being too gracious with people that have hurt me. Wishing that I hadn't tried to comfort the people that have hurt me. Wishing that I hadn't overlooked myself. Wishing that I had allowed myself to get justice, because the reality of it was that I thought that I deserved it. I thought that I deserved all the shitty things that were coming to me because, well, I put myself in this position and this and blah, blah, blah. And it's hard to step out of that place and say, no, I didn't deserve this. This wasn't my fault. And I found myself punishing myself over and over and over and over again. And That's not how punishment works. When something happens once, you pay the consequences, you go through that process, and then when it is over and you've paid for it, you move on. It's a fresh slate. And if you keep punishing yourself and you keep paying over and over for the same thing, then that is just suffering. And for some reason, I thought that I deserved to suffer. Somewhere in my mind, I thought that the suffering was just something that I had to carry, and as long as everybody else was happy, then I would be fine. And that's not the case, because I'm carrying a lot of really painful shit that, in hindsight, I was just trying to see the best in somebody when they told me, they already showed me and verbally told me through conversations that I am not a good person. I do not deserve you. These are the things that I have done. And in my spirit, I'm saying these things don't align with me. This is not for me. But it was that I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want to judge. I don't want to say that because this has happened to you in your life, or because you have done this, then you are not worthy. But I'm seeing how I'm putting my energy into these spaces because I thought I wasn't worthy. That these people, I was writing a poem the other day, and I was saying how these people deserve love. Of course they do, but not from me. It is not my cross to bear. It is not my job to take everybody's pain away. I have my own healing to do. I have my own shit to deal with. And I'm trying to rediscover ways to help myself, ways to, oh my gosh, okay, wait, look at these crows. Oh my gosh, okay. Anyway, I love crows, so I just wanted to show you all of them. They remind me that I am protected. But anyway, all of this to say that we are no longer allowing ourselves to suffer. We are no longer allowing ourselves to bear burdens that are not our own. We are taking the time to say no. We are taking the time to put ourselves first. We're taking the time to recognize, and of course it is a process that is painful and needs a lot of discipline and determination and commitment, but we are taking the time to say, I deserve love, and I deserve peace, and I deserve a life that makes me feel good and makes me feel satisfied, and I will no longer settle. And we will no longer settle. No more settling. That is all I have to say. I hope that whoever has listened to this video, if you're still listening, thank you. I hope that this has helped you to remove some guilt, that this has helped to unblock some things within you, and that you will take the time to reincorporate self-love into your daily hourly, secondly routines. Yeah. I love you. You are deeply and truly and unconditionally loved, even if you don't feel it in the moment that you are or in the environment that you are. I can assure you that you are deeply and unconditionally loved. And if you're not feeling it in your environment, then it's important that you practice that within yourself until you are able to step into environments that make you feel that way. But it has to start from within. Again, I love you. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode, in the next video.